Another open.
Welcome to another day for another conversation. We're going to be having a lot of topics to address today. So, welcome to the show. Please feel free to comment, to give your own opinion on the various topics we're going to be covering from the role of the family, the role of the diaspora in the football. We're going to be talking about the referees issue and the league that is almost running up, and the I think the Interpol that's been going on and the playoff. So feel free to join us in the comment section. At a certain point of the time in the life, we're gonna open the phone line for you to bring in your contribution and give us your own opinion, share your ideas, and if we say something, you can fact check. You can fact check us, and then you can call to give us your opinion as well. So welcome to the Tory Day Life.
Welcome. I really wish you can speak more in French and then I'll speak in English. We're going to do a show, actually, just discuss development of football. Uh, what are some of the things we can do? I had a show the other day and I was talking about roles and responsibility. And one thing I've learned or realized about our community is that we don't really have this at heart. We don't talk about this. People are so ignorant about roles and responsibilities. Some people manage to know their roles, they don't understand their responsibilities. Some people are already pushing out responsibilities, but they don't even know if that is actually the responsibility that for their role. I just feel like if we get to understand our different roles and then we talk about our responsibilities, one thing is setting is going to help us actually achieve the goal that we are wanting to achieve, which is the goal of a better community, right? Successful projects, having players start from nothing to where they want to be, having the maximum of talents exploited the way we wish our talent or many other people's talent were exploited. Now, whatever we are going to say here today, if you look at it keenly, it's not only going to be something that is applicable just to footballers, but we are going to use the football context. We're going to talk more about footballers. But if you look at it, like I said, keenly, whatever responsibility or whatever rules we are going to talk about today, you'll realize that it's same thing. If you apply these same ideas or these same principles or concept to different things in the community, you're definitely going to get a result that you can be proud of. Have you ever thought about roles and responsibilities?
Of course. So now we have to put the roles and responsibilities of who
Can
of
you speak
every.
more in
Oh
French?
yeah. Oh, excusez. Aujourd'hui, ce sera un peu beaucoup plus en français de mon côté. Et on va parler des
Move that
responsabilités
microphone.
et de chacun, des responsabilités de chaque personnalité, que ce soit au niveau de l'administration, au niveau des joueurs, au niveau de l'encadrement technique. Il faudrait qu'on essaie de pointer les responsabilités, même au niveau individuel en tant qu'individu. Il faut que chacun essaie de parler, qu'on essaie un peu de parler des rôles et des responsabilités de chacun. Donc, quelle était la question?
So first of all, to distinguish between roles and responsibility, uh, for me, roles is actually going to be the position, the specific position that an individual occupies. So, for instance, there is a coach, there is a president, there is a team doctor, there is player, there is fans, there is a faker food, there is president of faker food, there is this, that, that. All of these are actually just roles that individuals occupy. And whether we like it or not, at some point in time, people made decisions on which role they wanted to play, right? Either I wanted to be a president, for instance, we are media. I am Toride, he is Toride. We have decided this is a role we are going to play, which is going to be media work, or talk about media, talk about football, talk about things, talk about that is our own role that we have decided to play. We have decided to play the role of media. So if you look at the football, I can say organigram very well. There is president, there is player, there is team management, there is coach, there is doctor, there is this. At one point in time, we heard Gobert song saying he was a manager sélectionneur.
Yeah.
We never heard that until he became the coach of national team. Maybe he was there, but it was not as loud as the way he was saying manager sélectionneur. He was insisting on a manager sélectionneur. So, and the reason why I'm bringing up the role and responsibility thing is because once we start understanding the roles, then we start asking ourselves the next question, which is, what is the responsibility of this role? So role is actually just the position that you occupy, and you choose the kind of position you want to occupy. Now, responsibility is actually what you are supposed to be doing as a person who is occupying that role. You understand? For instance, our role here is media, right? What are we supposed to do? Put out information, talk about the players, talk about all of that stuff. That is what we are supposed to be doing. So there's difference between roles and responsibilities. And if you look at the chaotic situation we are having nowadays, is because people don't even understand their roles. And because they don't even understand their roles, they don't even understand their responsibility. Go ahead, roles and responsibilities in French.
Bon, on va, comme il a dit là, nous allons établir le rôle de chacun et les responsabilités qui incombent. Ça peut être au niveau individuel, ça peut être au niveau, comme j'ai dit, de l'organisation, d'une organisation. Vous voyez Toride comme un média. Quel serait le rôle du média comme Toride dans le développement de notre football au niveau du média? Quel serait le rôle peut-être de l'administration? Quel serait le rôle des présidents de joueurs de clubs? Quel serait le rôle même de ces investisseurs de la diaspora qui ont des moyens et qui peuvent investir dans le football local pour le développer? Donc, il faudrait qu'on établisse chacun de façon individuelle les responsabilités et selon son rôle et selon sa position. Donc, toi-même, en tant qu'individu, qu'est-ce que tu penses que tu peux, quelle est ta position par rapport au football, au développement du football, et qu'est-ce que tu peux apporter à ce football? Donc, et je pense qu'on va commencer ici, là, on va commencer du haut vers le bas. On va commencer au niveau des dirigeants, au niveau oui, disons les dirigeants. On commence par le dirigeant, on arrive au niveau des acteurs et en plus on arrive au niveau des observateurs, des commentateurs, comme les presses, comme les spectateurs et tout. Donc, au niveau des dirigeants, qu'est-ce que vous pensez, vous, qui peut être, qu'on peut leur dire, quelles sont leurs responsabilités pour que le football décolle? Qu'est-ce qu'on peut bien leur suggérer? Mais à notre niveau, je pense qu'on le fait depuis, c'est de développer une politique. Ça, c'est le rôle des dirigeants. Il faudrait que nos dirigeants développent une politique de football. C'est-à-dire, si on te donne une vision, on dit qu'on va amener notre équipe ou alors notre football à un certain seuil, de 2025, disons en 2030, on a des objectifs à court, on a des objectifs à moyen et à long terme. Il faudrait qu'on se retrouve d'ici 2030, quand le football amateur se joue de façon régulière, nos équipes nationales sont représentées dans toutes les compétitions internationales, notre championnat de Elite 1 et Elite 2 se joue régulièrement et à un niveau assez élevé. Et il faudrait aussi que nos joueurs se sentent de façon professionnelle, qui se sentent à l'aise à jouer dans le championnat camerounais. Donc, pour qu'on en arrive là, qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire? Les dirigeants, c'est-à-dire l'administration, qu'elle ou gouvernementale, qu'elle nous développe la politique du football, qu'elle nous donne les grandes lignes à suivre, quel est le chemin pour que d'ici 2030, nous soyons à la Coupe du Monde et que notre championnat un bon vivier, qu'on puisse aussi vendre les joueurs du championnat camerounais, que ce soit des League 1 ou des League 2 à des championnats européens, américains et dans d'autres pays. Donc, qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire à ce niveau-là pour le développement de notre football? Donc, ça, c'est de 1. Qu'est-ce que toi, tu penses qu'on peut faire au niveau des administrations? Parce qu'on commence du haut pour descendre.
For the level of the administration, so now when you say administration, I don't know who specifically you're talking about.
Que ce soit la fédération, que ce soit même le gouvernement.
So I did not want
et les dirigeants.
No, I did not want us to go that way, because if we go that just administration, it's going to be like because the one thing that people have to understand is every specific group of people, if you look at the way I put it on the flyer, whether the government, they have their own specific, their role is specific. Yeah, their responsibility is specific, contrary to that of the FICAFOOT. So I prefer for us to go institution by institution.
Mhm.
So, for instance, if we're talking about football in Cameroon, let's start with the government, right?
Mhm.
Their role is they own they have the country, they manage everything in the country,
Mhm.
but their responsibility when it comes to football is limited.
Mhm.
They don't manage football activities as in run football activities.
Mhm.
They can come in as partners, they can come in as I can say sponsors or donors.
Mhm.
They can come to provide help when we're organizing things like the Nations Cup and all of that. You understand?
Mhm.
So that is their responsibility. Their responsibility is not wanting to organize friendly games because by FIFA rules, by CAF rules,
Mhm.
the government is not supposed to be doing that. It is the federation's responsibility
Mhm.
to manage football activities in the country.
Mhm.
But the government has that responsibility also, especially if they're in partnership. In a place like Germany, the government maybe has any hand in football?
Le gouvernement développe la politique générale du sport au
Mhm.
pays. Maintenant, la fédération gère le côté du football. La
Mhm.
fédération,
Okay.
exclusivement.
Okay.
Oui, la
So
fédération.
the government actually has made it let's say create an environment for sports to thrive, right? But then a specific federation like our football federation, it is their responsibility now to organize football in the country, whether it's for the national team, whether it's for the league
Mhm.
and all of that. It is a responsibility of now we are talking already about the government. Maybe we should just start talking also about the federation. You
Yeah.
can go with the
Oui,
federation.
c'est pour les deux en fait, parce que quand on parle de l'administration, on parle du gouvernement et de la fédération. Bon, maintenant, comme tu as bien dit, le gouvernement, comme c'est son pays, nous développe la politique du sport généralement. Et maintenant, en ce qui concerne le football spécifiquement, la fédération prend la main. C'est pour ça que je crois quand l'actuel président de la fédération est arrivé, il disait qu'il voudrait amener la fédération camerounaise à ressembler à la fédération d'Allemagne, si tu te rappelles bien. Pourquoi? Parce que la fédération d'Allemagne a les mains libres, a les moyens de sa politique. Elle développe la politique du football en plein accord avec la politique du sport général que le gouvernement, à travers le ministère des Sports, a développé. Donc, lui, il développe le football et il se rassure que le football vive et fasse vivre les footballeurs. Donc, ce qu'on a, nous, à ce niveau-ci, les responsabilités de la fédération, c'est d'organiser le football, c'est de développer, comme on a dit, la politique du football en relation avec la politique de sport générale du Cameroun. Vous voyez, c'est pour ça qu'on dit que le ministère ou alors le gouvernement devient, à travers le ministère, devient la tutelle, c'est-à-dire contrôle le travail que la fédération aurait fait, développer la politique du football, implémenter cette politique-là à travers le territoire camerounais et aussi, revenons même à des rôles plus basiques même, organiser le championnat, organiser les formations, les sketchs, s'assurer que les entraîneurs, les dirigeants de clubs soient outillés et se rassurer que maintenant au niveau de nos équipes nationales, qu'on ait les équipements, que nos équipes nationales soient bien représentées et nous représentent bien avec un bon staff et bien sûr avec obligation de résultats parce qu'on ne peut pas dire qu'on va aller faire de la figuration. Maintenant, comment est-ce que la fédération devrait fonctionner? En réalité, elle doit se faire aider par des organes, je vais dire je ne vais pas dire totalement indépendants, mais qui ont quand même une certaine marge de manœuvre, un peu comme la Ligue. Il faut créer une Ligue qui va gérer maintenant que ce soit la Ligue 1 ou la Ligue 2, qui gère les ligues comme ça. Et ça décharge le volume du travail aux gens de la fédération. C'est vrai qu'actuellement, on a un conseil transitoire de la Ligue de football et il faudrait qu'on sorte du conseil de la transition là, pour créer une ligue complètement où les clubs sont membres ou bien maintenant ils défendent leurs intérêts. Les sponsors, c'est la ligue qui cherche les sponsors et gère les clubs. Maintenant, au niveau des présidents de clubs, que chacun vienne en sachant, bien évidemment, qu'en créant cette équipe, c'est une entreprise que j'ai créée. Comment est-ce que je développe mon entreprise? Quelles sont mes stratégies pour faire entrer de l'argent? Quelles sont mes stratégies pour recruter des joueurs et les entretenir, les encadrer et les payer? Comment je fais entrer de l'argent? Donc, il faudrait que chaque président à ce niveau-là tienne prenne ses responsabilités et comprenne que c'est une entreprise qu'il a créée. Bien sûr, s'il y a des subventions, parce que je ne pense pas que, comme tu as pris l'exemple sur la fédération allemande, je ne pense pas qu'il y ait vraiment une subvention de l'État qui vient. Ce qui fait qu'ils ont totalement les mains libres pour gérer le football. Et l'État est seulement là pour les encadrer, pour encadrer que ça reste dans le cadre de la loi, que ça reste dans le cadre de la sûreté, qu'il y ait de la sécurité, de la sûreté du territoire, qu'on ne prenne pas ça pour faire de désordre. Il n'y a pas de détournement passif, donc c'est encadré par l'État. C'est à ce niveau-là que l'État devrait normalement. Mais chez nous, le contexte est différent parce qu'on permet à l'État d'intervenir financièrement. Et maintenant qu'on a on a donné cette porte ouverte à l'État pour qu'ils interviennent financièrement, ils auront leur mot à dire et ça crée donc le désordre qu'on a. Donc, il faudrait que chacun prenne ses responsabilités, comme tu as bien dit tout à l'heure, là, que l'État reste celui qui régule, le régulateur, qui contrôle que les choses marchent bien selon les lois de la République. Vous voyez un peu. Maintenant, le football, aspect technique et administratif du football reste à la fédération. Maintenant, la fédération peut juste, j'espère que c'est ce qu'ils vont faire, donner, donc dédier ce truc-là, dédier l'organisation de la ligue de MTN Elite 1, Elite 2 à une ligue professionnelle qui va donc essayer aussi à son niveau.
Pour le moment, ils n'ont pas.
Non, ils ont dissous la ligue pour le moment.
Et ce n'est même pas la fédération aussi qui a.
Non, ça a été un problème depuis. Ouais, c'était compliqué depuis.
So he was talking about the role of the president. Role of president, you're president already, right? You're head of the team, the specific team. I'm not talking about president of FECAFOOT now. We talked already about FECAFOOT. So president of the team. For instance, you own the team, and with what we see around the world today, teams are actually managed not like charity organization or like some family fund thing, or no. Almost every club we see out there today is a business, because for the thing to be sustainable, for the thing to run years upon years upon years upon years, it has to be structured in a way that money comes in and goes out, and it is career for some people, it is work for some people, it's putting money in people's pocket, and that is how it can be sustainable. If not, if it's just hey, I have this 10 million, let me go and do something so people can say I have a team, then we're going to have the mediocre situation we have today where people are coming in because they know that FECAFOOT is going to give them 43 million, and when they don't get the money, they stop going for games and things like that.
Exactly.
So there is a president of every club. For me, Mr. President, go and look for your responsibilities. Number one is make sure your club is a business. And if you decide to not make your club a business, don't turn around and start blaming people tomorrow when you don't have the finances to run the club. Don't turn around and start harassing people when you don't have the finances to run the club. So yeah, there is those people they call the presidents for clubs, and for some time now, these people they understood their role, but on another level. They were like politicians who decided, you know what, we're going to take advantage of the fact that Tico United is a team that the people love. If I want to become a senator, I go and put some money on there for like 6 months. Before you know it, the whole city, the whole town will vote me, and then I back out. I go collect my money and make more money, and that's it. You understand? That is not really the role of a football president, because now you are mixing who you are really supposed to be with something else. But yet you will come to media, you will come online or to TV station and still want to speak on behalf of a football president. You're not. You're actually not. As a football president, you should understand football, you should understand football business, you should understand all of that. Then you can start understanding my responsibility is to make sure these players have their salary. My responsibility is to make sure I have a good coach that can win games for me. My responsibility is this. Not that when your team is losing, you jump down to the field because you used to be the pilot of Paul Biya, you go and hold the ball. Not that you go and see the referee and you're giving him something to help your team win. That is not a responsibility. That's not why you are president. You are president because you're going to structure your team as a professional team, pay your players, buy the best players, pay them, train them, and then you go win games and become champion, or you win trophies or whatever. That's you as a president. Those are your responsibilities. I think the next one I want to talk about now, after the president,
the
players. Do our players even understand who they are? Or they are just going out there because they're talented and they're just playing? Do they even understand my role in this organigram is a player? And this is exactly what I'm supposed to be. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be here. Why is it that a team has 40 players? When they're going for the game, they reduce it to 23. When they're supposed to fill the match form, sometimes it's 16. When they're supposed to sit on the bench, it's 16. When they're supposed to play, how many? 11 go inside the field. Even when that 11 go inside the field, who is supposed to talk to the referee? Just the captain. Nowadays, I think that's the rule, right? Only the captain is supposed to talk to the referee. No other players is not. That is because at some point in time, at every level, there are responsibilities. So you have to understand, what is my role? Am I just a player that makes the 23? Am I a player that makes the 16? Am I a player that sits only on the bench? Am I a player that comes in 45 minutes after? Am I supposed to be the captain who is supposed to make sure my players eat? Not the type of captain that woke up players at 11 p.m. to go read the communique, knowing fully well they have an important match the next day.
Yeah.
You understand? You have to understand your role. I am the captain. I'm the leader of this ship. And then you do just the right things. You do just the best things to make sure the team gets to where it is supposed to be. Players, their number one responsibility is to play. That is their number one responsibility. That is the only reason why they brought you into that team. Because they see some quality in you, they see some talent in you, they feel like we can use you to complete this block. We can use you because football is not a one-man show. It's 11 players on the field. It's 16 players on the for the game. It's 23 players. It's 40 players for the season. So it's not a one-man game. So you have to understand the only reason I'm here is because I have this talent, I have these qualities, and these people want me to use it in this particular way to help this whole project succeed. So your main role, how can I keep fit? How can I stay fit? How can I do all of these things? That is only going to enhance my performance. Your work is to play. That is all of that. Your work is not to go and stay there and wonder if this person is cheating us or we are cheating them or no. Your role is not there to tackle people roughly, play them hard. That is not your job. That is the reason why the game has rules, right? You have to understand the rules and play by the rules. So you can be a player, you have to understand that role. What is your role? My role is player. What are my responsibility as a player? To manage myself in a way that I perform very well and help my team produce the result that they want for the day or for the week or for the month or for the season.
Comme on a dit, avant que je n'entre, je vais essayer un peu de récapituler ce qu'on a dit depuis le début. Donc, nous disons que l'administration du football, le gouvernement prend ses responsabilités, la fédération également prend ses responsabilités en créant, comme nous le savons tous, peut-être pas en créant, en réhabilitant la ligue professionnelle qui était déjà en place peut-être, ou bien en créant une nouvelle, mais qui laisse la responsabilité de l'organisation des championnats professionnels à la Ligue. Et maintenant, à travers ces nombreuses commissions, qu'on essaie maintenant, commission de développement du football, là, la commission d'homologation et de discipline, commission de contentieux et tout ça, là. Et maintenant, gérer le football de façon générale, et le développement va s'occuper de gérer le football amateur, se rassurer qu'il y ait les talents qui grandissent et qu'il y ait des infrastructures également aussi, que ces talents qu'on est en train de faire grandir trouvent les infrastructures qui vont leur permettre de s'exprimer. Maintenant, nous allons au niveau de la responsabilité des joueurs même, c'est-à-dire le cœur même de l'affaire. Les footballeurs sont la première matière première du football. Donc, et il faudrait qu'eux-mêmes ils comprennent leur rôle, ils comprennent leur place. S'ils ne prennent pas leur place et comprennent leur rôle, on va se retrouver dans cette cacophonie où c'est le footballeur qui va aller réclamer le match ou bien réclamer, aller peut-être chercher à rencontrer
c'est un coach
le président de l'homologation pour dire que non, on nous a triché sur le match et tout et tout.
Le coach les transforme en politicien. Il écrit quelque chose il donne aux joueurs. Tu prends, tu mets ça dans les caméras en oubliant que tu es devenu maintenant politicien, pas footballeur. Ça veut dire que si on t'amène même en Europe, on peut te donner quelque chose comme ça. Tu vois comment ils se salissent eux-mêmes parce qu'ils ne connaissent pas les responsabilités.
Donc, la première responsabilité du joueur, c'est de jouer.
Anything out of playing,
tout ce qui
I am not part of it.
Tu n'es plus là-dedans. S'il s'agit d'un problème administratif, vous avez des présidents, vous avez des secrétaires généraux, vous avez des coachs, vous avez les agents de liaison qui gèrent cela avec les commissions, avec l'administration fédérale ou l'administration régionale. Donc, vous concentrez-vous à jouer. Vous concentrez-vous à jouer parce que, comme on a dit ici, que le rôle des présidences également, c'est de créer une entreprise, de créer les conditions dans lesquelles vous devez être performant. C'est-à-dire en vous dotant de bonnes infrastructures, de bons équipements et d'un bon salaire qui va vous permettre de bien exprimer votre talent. Donc maintenant, votre rôle, c'est d'exprimer votre talent au terrain. Bien sûr, il y a des moments où ça ne va pas aller dans votre sens, ça va aller dans l'autre côté, mais ça ne veut pas dire que forcément vous avez triché ou quoi que ce soit. C'est le football et ce qui rend le football aussi beau, c'est parfois ces petites imperfections ou bien ces erreurs techniques ou d'arbitrage, là, ça rend le football aussi beau. Donc, arrivé à un moment là, soyez responsable, jouez votre football, jouez au stade. Si les conditions sont réunies pour vous, allez jouer. Le reste de la politique qui s'est montée, s'est descendu là, on veut ceci, on veut cela. Vous, bien sûr, vous donnez au capitaine qui est le seul habilité peut-être à parler soit à l'administration en votre nom, soit parler lors d'un match à l'arbitre en votre nom. OK? Donc, restez focus sur votre rôle, jouez votre football et soyez performant. Maintenant, si vous avez des retards, si vous n'avez peut-être pas de salaire, si vous avez des problèmes qui vous empêchent d'être performant, maintenant, c'est à l'administration de trouver des solutions, soit en vous payant, soit en vous trouvant des coachs psychologiques qui vont vous aider à transcender ces problèmes-là pour être performant au terrain. Donc, quand on voit les gens jouer au haut niveau, là, il y a beaucoup de travail qui se fait en amont, qui se fait en background, en backstage, si on peut dire ça comme ça. Donc, maintenant, nous allons voir le rôle des fans, des supporters.
Let me add a little bit on the player side. Yeah. I think for me, this is actually the most important. Like he said, in the whole part, the player are the most important. That's the reason why when Eto'o became president, the first thing he insisted on, s'il vous plaît, président, payez vos joueurs. Because he understands how important those players are. If we don't have those players, we are never going to have coaches. We are never going to have a team, so have a president. And we're not even going to have a federation. If we pay those players and we keep them alert and everything, then we are going to have a team. Then the team is going to have coaches, hire doctors. We're going to have somebody who call himself the president of the team. And then we're going to have a federation and all of that. Players, you guys need to understand your responsibility. And you have to be courageous enough to say, hey, when I was signing this contract, this was actually not part of my contract, so I cannot be part of this. When I was doing this, you guys will never know, especially when you're coming from a community like our own, which is on très rancunier. You go and do something that for you were just doing it because you're angry because of one game. They get a picture of you and they put somewhere,
and that's it.
And that is it for you.
That's it. Because
you have proven that you can be used as a tool to sabotage people and all of that. So who wants to work with you? Whereas your job was to play. That is all you have to do. Hey, my role here is to play. I don't think this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Players, be very, very careful before people start taking advantage of you. Somebody will sit in the diaspora and say, oh, the players, it's okay for you guys to attack the referees and this is and that. And then guess what? The next day, it is the players and the referee who are going back and forth. And the person is comfortably in their house in the diaspora, peacefully and nothing to them.
Yeah.
That is not your role. Whether the referee treats you or not, it is not your responsibility to talk to him. Your coach is outside seeing it. Your president, your team manager, they are the ones that are supposed, and there is a procedure for that. They'll even they'll write their whatever protest or whatever, and you go through. That's it. Nowadays, even in football, someone can sue you for something that happened inside the football field. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It's true.
So you even play somebody, if the tackle is too rough and they feel like, no, this was not just football, you're going to jail. or you pay some crazy amount of money, or you get some crazy suspension, which means if you even go to attack somebody physically, they'll analyze the situation and everything. And the FA will say, for us, if you ask us, this was not football anymore. This was something else. So that person has a right to drag you to court, and you guys go and finish with it over there. If you don't understand your responsibility, people will manipulate you for their own gain. All of a sudden now, I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
Ishosha has been fined 1 million. Before you know it, maybe they will pick 1 or 2 players from there and suspend them. Before you know it, maybe they will suspend this and then. But guess what? It will be difficult for you to hear that they've suspended the coach. Whereas he was probably the one who orchestrated everything.
Yeah.
He was the one who told them, sit down. He was the one who said, do this, do this, do that. Last year when Young Sport players during the playoffs were tying stuff in, I just laughed and I said, you see that thing that you guys are doing? There's always this moment in life where everything about you is on the other person's hand. Just like you guys decided to tie the pieces on your mouth because at that point in time you felt like we were in a position of power, we can do this. What about that day when it will be another person's place where they're in a position of power? Will you be shouting, oh, mercy, mercy, mercy? So we have to really be careful. If your role is to play, you go and play, they cheat you, you go home. You come back the next year and play and play and play and play. Because of you, they cheat the other person, you can sympathize with them, you move on. Don't go and mix yourself in stuff that people are just taking advantage, especially these people that we have today, right? Whether it's a fan, whether it's a president or whatever, they are using you people for political reasons.
Yeah.
And you guys think it's just about football.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the fans?
Oui, on va aller au niveau des fans. Quelle est la responsabilité des fans? Et ça, c'est quelque chose qui nous interpelle à plusieurs égards parce que il y a même parfois les footballeurs qui perdent leur lucidité ou leur sang-froid au stade à cause de la pression qu'ils reçoivent des fans ou bien ils voient les fans en train de manifester pour leur colère ou quelque chose là. Ça excite aussi, tu sais, quand tu joues et tu as l'adrénaline monte déjà, c'est plus facile pour toi d'aller dans tous les sens. Donc, nous aussi, essayons un peu de parler, pour ceux qui nous écoutent, vous pouvez aussi vous pouvez intervenir même par les commentaires pour nous dire exactement ce que vous pensez de ce que les fans, des responsabilités des fans. Le fan, selon nous, selon moi, le fan est celui-là qui supporte son équipe dans les bons comme dans les mauvais moments. Mais supporter ne veut pas dire aller dans tous les sens parce que chaque action qu'un fan pose peut être préjudiciable à l'équipe. Il y a des équipes qu'on a suspendues parce que les fans ont fait des erreurs même hors du stade. C'est-à-dire, ils ont peut-être manifesté, ils sont allés tapasser un groupe de fans de l'équipe adverse et on suspend l'équipe complètement et on donne ou une grosse amende à l'équipe à payer.
On réduit les points.
On peut même réduire les points. Donc, il y a tellement de choses que les fans doivent savoir que leurs actions également incombent à l'équipe. C'est-à-dire, soyons responsables. On peut supporter. On peut voir même vraiment au stade que l'arbitre n'est pas de notre côté. Ou alors, il n'est même pas juste. Soit même, on se dit, parce que personne n'a jamais vu un arbitre prendre l'argent. Sinon, on aurait les vidéos, les photos de ça dehors. Ou bien on se dit, non, certainement, l'arbitre ici a pris l'argent. Vous comprenez? Mais on peut dire ça, il faudrait que ça s'arrête à ce niveau-là. Si on va au point de s'exciter, au point de vous entrer au stade pour frapper l'arbitre, oui, comme on a dit tout à l'heure, tu frappes un arbitre, il porte plainte contre toi, oui, tu vas descendre. Tout simplement. On ne va pas dire que non, c'était parce que tu étais trop passionné, tu étais trop compliqué. Vous vous rappelez les phénomènes des hooligans en Angleterre, comment c'était compliqué à une époque. Vous n'entendez plus ça parce qu'il y a tellement de hooligans qui sont allés en prison à cause des violences comme ça. Parce qu'au-delà de tout, le match se joue dans une communauté régie par les lois. Donc, si vous faites la violence, vous êtes sous le coup des poursuites judiciaires, on vous attrape, on vous envoie en prison. Aussi simple que cela. Donc, nous, en tant que fans, supportons l'équipe avec passion, mais ne perdons pas la raison. Soyons passionnés, mais soyons également raisonnables dans nos choses. Parce que nos erreurs, c'est l'équipe qui les porte, qui porte les responsabilités. Même si tu peux porter de façon individuelle les responsabilités, l'équipe qui est une chose communautaire, qui appartient à un groupe de personnes ou bien à une ville, se retrouve pénalisée parce que toi, le fan, tu n'as pas su contrôler tes émotions à un moment. Donc, soyons responsables de nos actions. Supportons, mais avec raison. ayons la passion. Et autre chose, qu'est-ce que le fan même? Parce que maintenant, on va regarder, le fan aussi doit être celui-là qui porte l'équipe de façon, pas seulement aller au stade de supporter, tu dois peut-être t'inscrire s'il faut, il y a une inscription des membres de l'équipe, va payer ton inscription. S'il y a des équipements qu'on vend pour que ça donne de l'argent dans les caisses de l'équipe, va acheter les équipements. Va, s'il faut aller payer les tickets pour entrer au stade, supporter l'équipe, paye parce que c'est cet argent-là qui permet donc à l'équipe de tourner. C'est ces agents-là qui permettent donc à l'équipe de tourner. Celui-ci, il a pris son maillot de PWG et il ne m'a pas dit, je serais venu avec mon maillot de Young Sport. Je serais venu avec mon maillot de Young Sport. Shout out au président Emma Mimba. J'aurais pris mon maillot de Young Sport. Donc, soyons responsables. Achetons les maillots. Prenons nos adhésions dans le club parce que c'est ce genre d'argent-là qui permet à ce qu'on peut payer les joueurs, on peut aller payer les transports pour aller dans les matchs lorsqu'on se déplace hors de la ville. Donc, soyons responsables. Si vous pouvez encadrer les joueurs, même en dehors, acheter une godasse ou 2 ou 3 godasses, donner à 2 joueurs de l'équipe, c'est une bonne chose. C'est comme ça que le fan doit être. Mais soyons très lents à aller entamer la bagarre parce qu'on a senti une injustice envers nous. Même quand on sent une injustice envers nous, allons de façon, il y a des voies et moyens, il y a des voies de recours. Allons donc, en tant que peut-être association des fans de l'équipe, de faire un recours au comité d'homologation et de discipline pour contester soit le résultat du match, soit le comportement de l'arbitre. Et puis, ils vont faire leur enquête. Les sanctions qui vont tomber. Si vous aviez raison, vous allez, ceux d'en face vont avoir la sanction. Si vous avez tort, bon, on va vous dire qu'on n'a pas trouvé d'irrégularité. Donc, soyons responsables en tant que fans, supportons nos équipes financièrement, physiquement et surtout raisonnablement.
It's even a shame that when it comes to teams, we are so quick to say, I am this team, I am that team. And then before we know it, that team is broke, that team is running, they don't have money for this. Yet we want to claim that we are supporters of the team. You understand? What are you doing? Do you even understand that? You only understand that your role, which is a supporter, but you don't understand your responsibilities at all. And sometimes because you don't understand your responsibility, that is when you start feeling like you're not just a fan, you are also the judge. You are the one that is supposed to say this, the goal was offside or the goal was this. At some point in time, you're not just the fan, you want to become the security man. I don't know, the chief whip, the disciplinary, whatever. No, if you are a fan, know the responsibilities of a fan. Like he said, number one is support your team. And you're not just supporting that team, you're going there to entertain yourself. That's the one mistake most of you guys make. You're not only going there because that team must win. No, you're going there because you want to see good football. You want to see they play a goal and then Onana goes and save the ball. You want to see Roger Milla take the ball and dribbles past defenders. You want to see Rigobert Song faire le tackle. If you understand why you are really a fan, it will be very peaceful. You being a fan is not for you to only advocate for your team to win. And if you really want for your team to win, there are so many things you're supposed to do. Support financially, register, buy maillot, PWG, maillot, buy your supporter JC. Nowadays, these things are sold even online. You don't really need to be in Bamenda to have this. They have persons here who are representing them. You pay, they just ship it to you. We are only talking about Manchester United. This is that. How are you actually telling people over here about you? How about you buy 10 of these? And you go to your work site and you just distribute to people. This is the JC of my team back home. When people are exchanging gifts at work, instead of you to go buy somebody some shoes, some purse, some Louis Vuitton or whatever, you buy a JC of your favorite club in Cameroon. That's how you finance them. That is how we make them become a business. And it takes away that burden from the president. It takes away that burden from the federation. And now they can actually get players and put in place a structure that will make them produce good football. You are a fan, you're a supporter. Your role is fan. Your role is not coach. We see teams, the coach will make the lineup, they'll come and say, no, this man must play. We've seen that. We've seen situations where They are doing the lineup. The supporters come and stand and say, "One sip here because you know you don't take money." Take money not one. The coach actually knows strategically who he wants, why he wants them, and that is it. So whether we like it or not, dear fans, know your role, which is fan. You are just a fan. What are your responsibilities? Support this team, applaud them, encourage them. If possible, register and help them financially.
Yes.
We've seen fans, we've seen supporters who go to the extent of buying boots for players, offering their houses for them to come stay. You understand? There's a lot of things you can do. Not become the referee, not become a judge, where you decide. I saw a video, I think it was this morning or whatever, Southwest, the mini post, the semi-finals, they're actually playing under closed doors.
Yeah, no fans in.
No fans. Guess what? These fans left their whatever with ladders.
Yeah, I saw that. And the policeman was trying to kick them out.
Yeah. So now you're actually breaking the law.
The law, yeah.
You're actually breaking the law. What if the policeman arrests you and you're going to jail for more than 5 years? It's going to be like, oh, he hated me, it's because he's Kumba man, or he's... No, you're just a fan. And besides you being a fan, remember that you are somebody's father or brother or sister or whatever. You are just a citizen. Besides the football, there is rules and regulation. And if a football organization says, these are the rules for this game, automatically it becomes law for that country. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's it.
Automatically it becomes law for that country. If you break that rule, you're actually breaking the law. So like they said, no fan is supposed to be in the stadium. If somehow you sneak into that stadium, they will arrest you. You're breaking the law.
You're trespassing. That's the word.
Know your role as a fan and stick to that. Which other group of persons do we have?
The ref. On va parler des arbitres parce qu'aujourd'hui, là, on va essayer un peu de parler de toutes ces personnes. Les arbitres, pourquoi on décide de parler des arbitres aujourd'hui? Parce que nous nous sommes rendus compte depuis un certain temps comment l'arbitrage est décrié. Avant même de commencer, je vais faire ce disclaimer. Les arbitres, c'est des hommes, c'est des êtres humains avec des qualités et des défauts. Ils ont des forces, ils ont des faiblesses. Malheureusement, la faiblesse de la plupart de nos arbitres dans le championnat camerounais, c'est, j'ai pas envie de dire la famine, mais bon, ça tend à cela. S'ils n'ont pas assez pour couvrir leurs charges, oui, ils sont à la proie des présidents qui disent que, bon, voilà, 200 000, fais-moi gagner ce match. C'est pour ça qu'on a dit que chacun doit connaître son rôle. Si l'arbitre connaît son rôle, c'est-à-dire je viens pour arbitrer un match de football. Je suis le juge de ce match. Je prends les décisions à mon âme et conscience, qu'elles soient bonnes. Peut-être ou mauvaises, parce que je peux me tromper en tant qu'être humain. Mais ne viens pas pour faire le parti pris. N'accepte pas qu'on achète ta conscience pour 200 000. Et parfois, les conséquences d'un match acheté ou vendu sont tellement lourds parce que tu penses que ce n'est qu'un match que tu fais perdre. Mais sauf que le président qui a investi des millions pour pouvoir mettre son club à ce niveau-là se retrouve relégué parce que tu as pris 200 000 de l'autre côté et tu as fait un travail qui n'était pas bien. Et tu vois que lui-même, tu as mis non seulement le club, mais plusieurs familles camerounaises dans des positions très, très délicates, des positions difficiles. Donc, arbitres, chers arbitres, venons au stade, faisons le travail selon les règles qui sont, tout le monde connaît les règles du football et en notre bonne âme et conscience. Bien sûr, il y a des moments où vous allez voir une action et les supporters ne vont pas voir comme vous et ils vont vous accuser à tort. Ça chauffe le cœur. Parfois, même les joueurs au stade crient sur vous que non, ce n'était pas comme ça. Et maintenant, il y a cette technologie que nous n'avons pas encore dans notre championnat qui est la VAR, qu'on peut regarder l'action encore. Et puis d'autres personnes qui regardent l'action et disent « Ah, vrai, j'étais hors jeu ici. » Mais comme on n'a pas ce ralenti-là au niveau des stades, ça devient difficile pour vous parfois de vous extirper de certaines situations. Et on en arrive au point où, oui, vous vous retrouvez en train d'être menacé physiquement, menacé même de mort. Certains supporters qui sautent les barrières, qui viennent vous prendre à partie. Oui, c'est compliqué, bien sûr. Mais cela ne devra pas vous empêcher d'être juste et impartial dans vos décisions, chers arbitres. Votre rôle est d'arbitrer les matchs selon les règles et selon les règles d'impartialité, les règles du football et selon votre bonne conscience. Selon votre bonne conscience. Donc,
it's crazy. I don't even know what to say about the referees. It's frustrating because at the end of the day, the referees are actually like the police. They are the ones who are supposed to enforce the laws, the rules of the game. They are the ones who are supposed to be there and say, oh, no. Part of the rule of the game is that you cannot go out of the field. So because you didn't respect the rule, this is your punishment. Oh, no, part of the rule of the game that you cannot tackle somebody really hard because that doesn't look anymore like football. So for that, this is what will happen. These people who are supposed to carry the law, carry the rules, and uphold it and enforce it, that's the word. It's funny how nowadays we're only hearing. I hope it is actually true. We are actually hearing that they are the ones who are actually creating the chaos.
The ref?
The ref, as in from the cheating.
Yeah.
You understand? That they've collected money here, they've collected. If it's true, it is a bad thing. But like he said with his opening statement about the refs, referees are human beings also. This can actually be people who don't even know anything. This can actually be people that because they are stressed, they are just frustrated, they just want to do anything. This can actually be people that for some reason, we remember there was a game, I think during, was it Nations Cup or was it Shan or something in Limbe?
Nations Cup.
Where the referee stopped the game at the 70th minute or something.
80 something minutes.
No, like it was not.
6 minutes to the end, he stopped the game.
He stopped the game.
Yeah, because he said, when we asked him at the end, he said that the heat, that it was having a heat stroke because after the game, they had to rush you to the hospital with the ambulance. So just imagine for how many minutes did he try to hold on? No.
You understand? And during that time, bro, your brain is not thinking correctly.
You're no more straight.
You're no more straight.
You need help.
You're no more straight. You can even be blowing stuff that you're not even supposed to. It happens with everyone. Sometimes you're so angry. We're not here to make excuses. We are just saying the fans, the players, the president, and all of us should understand that situations like that can happen. But the bigger responsibility lies on the referee to understand their specific responsibility and carry out just that. Just that. If you have decided you want to become a referee and you know that the salary is 20,000 and 20,000 is not enough to take care of your 1 million bill, bro, go look for another job. Let another person who wants to be a referee because 20,000 is what they are okay with, train themselves and handle the job. Your role is so important. I don't even know how to say you guys need to. And guess what? Sometimes we'll sit here and say, oh, the federation needs to train them. It doesn't matter what is done. The sole responsibility is still on the referee because they can teach them everything on earth. You were even talking about 200,000. What about a situation where the guy, for instance, how much is their salary per month? Let's say their salary per month is 500,000. I'm just saying. In how long does the league run? The league runs maybe like 6 months.
6 months.
So 500,000, that's 3 million per year, right? In that 3 million per year, you're supposed to. What if they get to a place where it's the final and this man is supposed to be champion and the president decided I'm giving him 10 million? So your whole salary for the whole year is 3 million.
3 years.
So they're actually giving you your 3 years salary, and so you realize that if you as an arbiter, as a referee, you don't have that integrity. If you don't have, you can be tempted to. And whether we like it or not, that's the difference between developed countries and developing countries. In as much as these developed countries, they have their own stuff, but about 80, 90, 95% of their population at least have that integrity. They have put in place a system where these are rules and we all have to respect it. in our community, we still don't have an institution or still don't have a system where people are compelled to. So how about we start doing it out of love for our country, out of respect for the other person, out of respect for the other person's investment? This man has invested 10 million, the other man has invested 30 million. Why do you want to just waste this other person's money? No, let's play by the rule. The person who wins.
That's it.
Referees, go out there and do your own research. Go out there and learn. Go out there. You must not only wait for VAR for you to be perfect. Back in the days when we were in the Basari school, we had our president, the president of Basari school that time. He was a first division referee. Bro, this guy used to come and blow and handle even our practice games. When that guy was handling our practice games, bro, you will know that this man is a professional. Everything was on point, whether it's the offsides or the what he was running in. You see somebody who is not only looking at himself like, oh, referee work, I think you go stand for me to center, and I just looking at linesman, they know.
He was passionate.
As the action is going, go and the Club World Cup that is going on right now.
Yeah.
They are putting out some videos of the referee during the action. You will see the referee, the referee is running with the players. Even when the player scores and is going to celebrate, the referee is running to make sure if anything is going to happen around there,
let me see.
I need to know. Not that they score and you, the referee, you're running to the field and then you turn the players on the ground. You don't know what happened. Somebody punched him. So take your work seriously. Ignore the fact that there's all this VAR and whatever. You can actually be so good to the extent that you minimize the errors that you can make, and then you can help the game.
Yeah.
What's the next category?
Avant qu'on en parle même sur la catégorie de la diaspora, le rôle de la diaspora, il faudrait que je dise ceci. Il faudrait que pour qu'il y ait un corrompu, il faut qu'il y ait un corrupteur. Cher président de club, cher administrateur, arrêtez d'aller proposer de l'argent que vous pouvez donner à vos joueurs. Dites à vos joueurs ceci: si vous gagnez ce match-ci, voilà 250 000 pour vous ce soir. Donne ça à tes joueurs et tu verras le match qu'ils vont jouer. Que de dire que tu vas aller donner un arbitre pour créer des pénaltys qui n'existent pas, pour gâter la réputation du championnat, pour gâter même l'ambiance au stade. Cher président, arrêtons cela. Nous sommes responsables de rendre nos joueurs performants, et rendre le joueur performant, c'est de lui donner les meilleures conditions, les conditions optimales pour qu'il performe. Mettez-lui de l'argent que vous êtes censé donner pour corrompre les arbitres là. Dites aux joueurs que ce soit la victoire, si là, voilà 1 million posé sur la table, rapportez-moi la victoire, et vous allez voir vous-même que vos joueurs vont vous faire le beau football, le beau spectacle au terrain. Donc, pour qu'il y ait un corrompu, il faut un corrupteur. Comme on dit aux arbitres, arrêtez de prendre de l'argent, jouez l'intégrité. Parce que le football camerounais dépend exactement de vos actions. Parce que depuis quelques semaines, on parle de vous, les arbitres. Ça donne une très mauvaise image de la Ligue du football camerounais. Donc, si vous-même, vous ne vous donnez pas cette responsabilité de façon personnelle, que non, je vais faire ce qui est juste, je vais arbitrer ce qui est juste, je vais siffler ce qui est juste selon les règles et les lois du football, et que vous dites que non, celui qui me donne à manger parce que je ne mange chez personne, c'est celui chez qui je vais donner des choses, on ne va pas s'en sortir, le football n'avancera pas. Cher président, donnez les conditions optimales à vos joueurs pour performer et vous aurez le résultat. Regardez l'exemple cette saison. Tout le monde est d'accord. Tout le monde est d'accord que Colombe du Lobo a gagné le championnat. Personne n'a entendu qu'ils ont acheté un match quelque part. Ils ont acheté. Pourquoi? Posez-vous la question. C'est parce qu'ils ont simplement donné les conditions optimales aux joueurs pour performer. Et les joueurs ont été performants. Ils ont mouillé le maillot. Vous voyez comment ils arrivent au stade, les joueurs de la Colombe. Ils sont très bien habillés. Ils viennent dans un bus climatisé. Ils sont bien entretenus. Ils dorment dans des hôtels. Ils ne dorment pas dans des motels ou bien je ne sais pas moi, des mini-cités. Ils dorment dans les hôtels. Ils sont bien entretenus. C'est-à-dire quand ils viennent au stade, ils viennent. Mais parce qu'à la fin d'un match, je suis sûr que le président a dit que gagnez-moi ce championnat, voilà la prime. Ils vont se tuer pour donner cela. Donc, pour rendre votre équipe performante, donnez de l'argent à vos joueurs, payez leur salaire, donnez-leur les conditions optimales et vous allez voir. Et je vais vous raconter une anecdote avant qu'on ne passe sur le rôle de la diaspora. Ludovic Giuli jouait à Monaco avant d'aller au FC Barcelone. Et ils sont arrivés en finale de la Champions League face à, je crois que c'était face à Porto. Vous voyez, la première Champions League de José Mourinho. Et ils racontent l'anecdote, je crois qu'ils ont éliminé, ou c'est le Real de Madrid, sur leur chemin, Monaco. Le président est venu simplement leur dire ceci, que non, eux-mêmes, ils ont négocié, on veut une bonne prime pour gagner le match. Si on se qualifie président, vous nous donnez quoi? Le président leur a donné un chiffre, là, je crois qu'il disait que chacun aurait, ou c'est 100 000 euros. Nom de Dieu, 100 000 euros pour eux, c'est quelque chose de... Ils disaient, what? Plus que mon salaire? Ah non, ils sont allés, ils sont morts sur le Real. Rien à faire. Ils ont éliminé le Real, ils sont allés en finale. Donc, c'est pour vous dire que la récompense, si vous récompensez vos joueurs, ils peuvent se surpasser au terrain pour vous. Pas besoin d'aller corrompre les habits, mais investissez sur les joueurs. L'argent, l'investissez sur les joueurs pour avoir le résultat escompté. Donc, comme je disais, nous allons passer au rôle de la diaspora. C'est à ce moment-ci là que j'attends, parce qu'il y a beaucoup de mes frères là qui se plaignent beaucoup du football camerounais, de ce qui se passe actuellement. Et on a aussi remarqué que toutes les erreurs sont imputées à la fédération. Il faudrait comprendre que la fédération a des entités indépendantes qui couvrent le territoire national. Et comme aujourd'hui, il y a une décision de justice qui donne raison à la Ligue régionale de l'Ouest par rapport à la fédération. C'est-à-dire la fédération a perdu face à une de ses entités régionales. Donc, ce qui se passe peut-être au sud-ouest, c'est peut-être le rôle de la Ligue régionale de l'Ouest, vous comprenez, du sud-ouest. Donc, il faudrait que ce soit là-bas que les revendications soient pointées ou alors les erreurs soient pointées. Bien sûr, en parlant de ça, la fédération peut comprendre et aller aussi mener une petite enquête en interne ou un audit là-bas pour comprendre ce qui se passe. Mais ce n'est pas forcément, toutes les erreurs ne sont pas imputées à l'administration fédérale. Alors, tu es en train de nous montrer les sponsors de PWD. Hein?
Yeah, I'm just showing you guys the PWD about our boys JC. I really love it, man. I really love the way the teams are trying their possible best to restructure, and try to professionalize things. I was just looking at the maillot, the jersey. Over here, you have
the brand KTL wear.
Oh, KTL. What's
that? Cameroonian.
It's a Cameroonian. So he's the one doing all the jerseys. Wow,
pour PWD, parce que chacun trouve son équipementier.
Okay, so KTL. Wow, this is good. And if you look here, you have the main sponsor, which is XBet. 1xBet. I really like this. I like. I don't know why they put in CAF here. I think one time they played the CAF competition. Because they were champions of Cameroon.
Yeah.
And behind you have PWD. And yeah, I think this is where their personal sponsor is. You see, Muyeso. So I don't know. Muyeso probably gave them like 100 million or 200 million. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I don't know how many they can put. Maybe you can make it smaller and put more. You understand more? Or I don't know if you can put it on both hands or whatever.
No, on the other hand, it belongs to the federation for them to put either League MTN Elite One or something.
Okay,
yeah, that was CAF.
CAF. So you realize that gradually we are trying to professionalize things. It's not going to happen overnight. You understand? But we all have to understand that we are supposed to, or we are going to make some sacrifices. And that's the reason why, if you look at the way the current Figure Food Federation is working, they just want to, if we feel like you're not going to really want to do things the professional way that we want to do things, maybe you get relegated, maybe you just go, maybe we just stress you and you just dissolve your team, that a team that your dad has worked for so many, you just dissolve it and go. You understand? Because at the end of the day, look at Young Sport.
Yeah.
See, if it was back in the days, the fact that they're dropping to the second division, they would not have given them their money.
Yeah.
But after they came to the interview, they gave them their money, right?
Yeah.
So you see that these people are actually trying to want to do things correctly.
Yeah, they're trying to be serious.
You understand? They're trying to want to. We have not heard any money issues with Fikabu. No, all they are saying is show us proof, and once you show the proof, they make the payment. I remember when Imam Imba and the brother came, we said, but you're just in 3 weeks. So you were just expecting that once you just show the proof, the next day they just say, put 20 million in that person's account. That's not how it works. That's money.
It takes time.
It takes time. It has to go through some system. Hey, why are you giving 20 million to these people? And this and that. And this man has to sign. That man has to sign. And then.
Exactly.
But I think it came at the right time. He himself said it. He said, if I had known, I would have got into Eto'o earlier than I did. Guys,
donc nous allons parler du rôle de la diaspora maintenant.
Get you a club and be a good supporter. Buy their jersey, become a club member, a supporter, registered supporter, and then you can now start putting your mouth where your money is.
Exactly. Bon, nous allons parler donc du rôle de la diaspora. On a eu la chance il y a quelques semaines de recevoir le président de Young Sport Academy ici. Et dans les discussions qu'on a eues avec lui, il y a de très bonnes idées qu'il a données. Nous, en tant que diaspora, qu'est-ce que nous pouvons faire pour le développement du football au Cameroun? Et je crois qu'il y a mon frère qui pointait, qui parlait il y a quelques semaines de simplement, si tu peux avoir identifié 2 ou 3 joueurs que tu achètes seulement les godasses, que tu lui envoies, ça l'aide. Si maintenant tu vas aller au niveau, comme Emma et Silas Mimba ont dit que non, allons reprendre le club de Young Sport. Et moi, j'ai acheté le maillot de Young Sport. J'ai acheté le maillot de Young Sport parce que
il pouvait demander en tant que média, en tant que Touride, donnons-nous le maillot, sinon on va mal parler de vous.
Non,
mais non, c'est vrai. C'est ce que les autres font. Que si tu me dis, oh, tu veux que j'achète, ok, on va voir. Je vais te faire le barat. Mais non, il a acheté.
J'ai demandé même à acheter. Tu as les maillots, il me dit oui, il dit pardon, j'achète. Donc, tu achètes comme ça là. C'est des petits gestes qui comptent. Mais en réalité, je viens à ce niveau-là, je parlais de la conversation avec lui parce qu'un club comme Young Sport a ouvert ses actions. C'est-à-dire, nous, à la diaspora, nous pouvons acheter peut-être une action ou 2, vous voyez, ou bien va dans un autre club, peut-être un club qui te tient à cœur, tu as peut-être grandi à Douala et puis c'est Caïman ou bien c'est Union de Douala qui te tient à cœur. Essaie de te rapprocher de l'administration. Qu'est-ce que je peux faire en tant que supporter. Ou bien j'ai envie d'apporter ma contribution à l'édifice de cette belle équipe que j'ai toujours aimée. Ça peut être, tu peux aussi acheter une action si les actions sont disponibles. Tu peux décider même d'être simplement mécène, dire un jour que bon, voici ma petite contribution, je vais faire mon don annuel à l'équipe de telle somme. Tu vois, donc au niveau de la diaspora ou encore, si on veut élever le niveau, faisons comme Mimba, Emma et Silas. Prenons un club, rachetons un club, investissons dans le club et faisons grandir. Puisque nous avons voyagé, nous avons vu comment les choses se font. Et puis, on peut aussi copier ce qui est bien. On ne peut pas aussi tout le temps rester à parler sans prendre des actions. Prenons des actions, achetons si c'est les clubs ou créons même des centres de formation, tout simplement, pour faire partie de ces enfants-là, pour leur donner une plateforme. Il y a tellement de talents. Donc, chacun peut donner à son niveau. Tu peux soit être membre d'un club, étant de la diaspora, tu n'as même pas besoin d'aller regarder le match puisque tu n'es pas là. Achète au moins l'adhésion, paye ton adhésion. Si on dit que non, le membership ou bien l'adhésion annuelle est de 10 ou de 25 000, envoie tes 25 000 au club. Si tu peux acheter 2-3 maillots, tu partages à 2-3 personnes, même de ta famille, achète parce que c'est ça qui donne l'argent au club pour qu'ils essaient de tourner. Mais si tu peux aussi entrer dans le capital, comme il y a certains clubs, je parle de Young Sport parce que le président m'a dit le capital est ouvert. Quand tu achètes une action, maintenant, tu as le droit de parler de comment administrer. Tu peux donner tes idées, tu peux venir au conseil d'administration parce que tu es shareholder. Tu achètes une action et maintenant, tu commences aussi à investir dans le football comme ça là. Tu vois comment un enfant, vous prenez un enfant à 9 ans, vous faites grandir. Quand il a 14, 15, 16 ans ou 17 ans, vous le vendez à un club en Europe. On vient diviser les dividendes. Tu es aussi partie de cela. Donc, à notre niveau, au niveau de la diaspora, essayons de nous intéresser plus à cela. Et pour ceux qui sont ici, qui sont des arbitres, qui savent déjà comment ça se passe, pourquoi ne pas créer même une école d'arbitrage au niveau du Cameroun? Vous signez un partenariat avec la FECAFOOT que non, je vais former des arbitres que je peux mettre à votre disposition. Vous voyez, il y a tellement de choses qu'on peut faire. On peut faire. Si tu ne peux pas jouer, tu peux être arbitre. Si tu ne peux pas être arbitre, forme toi-même au management des clubs, des joueurs. Tu deviens agent de joueurs. Tu aides les enfants, tu touches les clubs ici et en Europe. Tu aides les enfants là à sortir pour venir faire des tests et c'est comme ça qu'on fait grandir la communauté, nous, la diaspora. Donc, ne restons plus derrière, nous pouvons investir du plus petit, c'est-à-dire en prenant un membership, ou bien même au plus petit, c'est-à-dire décider d'offrir même 2 godasses à 2 enfants là par an, ça c'est déjà quelque chose. Ou alors prends un membership dans une adhésion dans un club que tu payes et tu achètes les équipements du club parce que c'est avec ça que le club tourne. Ou alors tu achètes des actions ou bien tu fais des dons de façon conséquente à un club que tu aurais choisi. Et c'est comme ça qu'on investit, on fait grandir notre football, on joue notre partition. Et j'aime le président de la Ligue régionale de l'Est, mon grand frère Saïd, et je viens pour notre équipe là, je n'ai pas oublié. Je n'ai pas oublié.
Can you check? I don't know what this Benedict Fomba, he's sending some link. I don't know.
Non, je n'ai pas encore ouvert, mais toi, qu'est-ce que tu penses de la diaspora, le rôle de la diaspora?
So for me, diaspora has the biggest role in this whole thing, especially because we are the ones that are emancipated. We are like the ones that came out of that dungeon, and now we have learned things, we have seen things, we've seen how things are done differently. For me, the biggest responsibility of diaspora is educating and reassuring. And that's the reason why when I see somebody who's in the diaspora saying certain things about how things should be handled in Cameroon, I'm just like, okay, what is really happening with you? Like, are you really normal? Are you really okay? Like, why are you doing that? You understand? For me, I'm like, why are you doing that? You know how it is done, and they'll even tell you that, oh, it no matter na America this within Cameroon. So what you're actually doing is encouraging chaos over there because you are over here. For me, the biggest role of the diaspora, even before, because most of the time it seems like because they're giving 5 francs, they're buying maillots, they're doing oh, you read that one.
Amy Martin, you don't kill us at one time.
So because they are making this contribution, all of this stuff, and they're in the diaspora, and according to them, we're in a position of power, we're in a position of influence, we are in America, we can just mislead people, and we have to be really careful. I feel like the one thing the diaspora, because the diaspora is what can actually transform our nation. By transforming our nation, I mean transform the mindset of people. You understand? Start telling your family member you cannot be going to work at 10 o'clock when you're supposed to be there at 7 o'clock. That is not how it works in America. When they ask you, hey, all the time they call you, they only work. Let them know that if I don't work, I'll get fired. If I get fired, I cannot afford my rent. If I cannot afford my rent, I will stay under the bridge. That is how it works. Let them know. We have to start helping them, developing their mindset. We have to start helping them live a life like they were in America already. That is what will help our country. That is what will help our country. Now, have you coached you? I don't even know what you write. I'm a video coach. You cannot say you don't surely write say you're Christine. Shut up, bro. So I just feel like diaspora get that responsibility for do research and educate our people. We have everything over here. We have that experience. We have come here. We have seen how they do things. We have learned. The least we can do is to be honest with our people and tell them, no, yeah, I'm not sure you vex. I'm not sure you vex with that referee, but you're not going to do so. Hey, master referee, you to my friend, but master, how you go manage head player no? Even if na waiting, you for just go you back. You understand? We have to, not that I say because you're my brother or because I support Kumba team where he and I just say, yeah, no. The more we continue to, instead of educating, we are not even on educating. We are misinforming, we are misleading them. The more the community is getting worse. And once the community is getting worse, someday we'll find ourselves in that community. If we don't find ourselves in that community, our kids will find themselves there. Or are we living a life that now we will never go back to that community? So we want to educate these people, we want to share information with them. We want to bless them in a way that when we are going back there, we know everything is peaceful. Before 2016, it was easy for you to just leave here and go to Cameroon. When I was anywhere I was in Cameroon, if I was going to Kumba, my only prayer was that I should get into Southwest, I should get into Meme. Once I get to welcome to Kumba, there is nothing you can tell me that make me happy. Even if it's 2 a.m. at night, I leave Boyaro Park. For those who know Boyaro Park, I don't get a taxi. I'm strolling on the road right onto Kumbatown. It's probably a 1 hour or 1 hour 20 minutes walk or whatever. But I don't have any concern. But now like this, even those boys will hold you and they'll be like, yo, so you don't surely already die, and then we will kill you. Like, Joe, go. You understand? So we have to, it's our responsibility to tell our people we cannot be doing things that were done in 1975 in 2025.
Yeah.
We cannot continue to use ideas that people used in 1960 to gain certain things to in 2025. It is going to haunt you. It is going to haunt me. You think if a referee cheats and they beat him up and something happens to him, do you remember that he has a family? Do you think his family will be happy that because he cheats, you are supposed to kill him? They will not. And that's how they also are going to carry maybe that city or whoever, you understand. And someday somebody will present themselves, maybe your child or my child will present themselves in front of the adult. You'll be like, okay, now it's my time to retaliate. We must move away from the things that are destroying communities, not only in Africa, even in the diaspora. Community development roadmap, yeah, last. Now me have a president. Whether we like it or not, I feel like that is the least we can offer our. Even if you don't get nothing. Not send money, not buy mayo, not do nothing. But at least when it comes to information, always make sure you're giving them information that is right, that is objective, that will build and not scatter.
Yeah.
Always information that will build and not scatter.
Okay.
My brother was angry the other time. He was just writing stuff and writing. Guess what? Go now, he's not writing all the stuff anymore. Do you think he just calmed down? No. At some point, he made a post about me and him the other day. If you read the post, yeah, it is true that sometimes you want to just give people their flowers. But if you read the post, I'm sure he sat somewhere and he's like, but what is really happening? Why is me and my brother going back and forth?
Yeah.
You understand?
For nothing.
Whereas I might have said something that has really pissed him off. He might have said something, and then now, even 3 years ago, I'm like, bro, and if you imagine, say, me and this man, small argument will get them. It cost me, say, my toto no big. For public. It will haunt me for so many years. So for me, the biggest role of our diaspora, even before the money can, because we put the money and then we'll not get peace, we'll not get solidarity, we'll not get that social cohesion and things like that, it will still work. Now PWD Bament like that. They are getting to that place where I can say they are structured. But guess what? They need to play for their fee.
They have a very good coach though.
Now they have a good coach. Now they build tough for Bamenda. When next year they have everything they begin to play for their guys, they begin to enjoy ball.
They put tough for that fee, Africa foot and play
but probably they don't know if you use them. Because no, how many years ago we created chaos there. So they know if you play because of security reasons.
They go use.
You just talk about maybe the one go start use the other feed the other day, that boy then come they can make that thing.
Yeah, that was a young sport academy. Security is different.
No. Trust me, that boy they know how they do them. And you know the way that thing, if they stand at 1 mile or 2 miles, they make that thing for up. All man is scatter. So that's why we're just begging people, and all of that chaos started from diaspora. That's why I'm begging people, we for diaspora, we'll get a major role for play.
About open phone line. People want country. I see now you sabi one talk with the right plenty.
Now you sabi one
before we
now you sabi one talk, you know what talk English.
Benedict, they share something that have to do with table tennis. I don't know. Benedict will open the
this table tennis about waiting.
I don't know. We'll open line. Me can tell you what you want to tell me.
Benedict, now we'll look at maybe.
So open line Benedict for who can talk for table tennis and all of that. Now you sabi, yeah. You go write the book. We go buy the book, read that.
Write the book.
We go buy and read that. We go do how.
Yeah, last time innocent talk to me 1 year wisdom talk. So me I need to talk sense. Yeah, not correct.
That you sabi, you are not. I don't feel enter for me.
Yeah, guys. We were just discussing the roles and responsibility. Apparently, plenty people they know their role. Apparently, plenty people don't choose their role. But sometimes they mistake the role. They jump into another people that role, and then when they jump into another people that role, they start to perform that people that responsibility. If you be fan, stay as fan. Someone told they say, oh, no one to get for vestiaire. It be like, at the end of the day, which I go do for vestiaire and they be coach. You understand? In as much as I get the football experience, I know all this stuff, then might just stay me away from the vestiaire if result they come out. Now, so we all get for the team camp. There's a reason why division of labor are one of the best systems the way you work for the world. You do your own small, I do my own small, the man do your own small, the other person they their own role. Now will make sure say all man they do it with the do and then before you know, and that is how even globalization was working until people come up with this whole support your own and this and that. And now it's I don't know, the world is breaking down again into pieces where man understand. Understand your role. If your role now you sabi, I will come here, comment, share videos them and this and that. Just stay you for that role. Your role before talk my way get wisdom for you or my way smart. no, even no cause. No me a road. No me a road. Your role I will just comment and just share and just now time of call which I don't open phone line. You feel call. And when you make your contribution, no cross go over that side, some man gets some man no gets it. Fomba say referees them need serious training programs and sensitization. Fomba, you can call. I'm gonna put phone number.
Yeah, that's why we open phone number. Maybe they put their own contribution.
Now phone number that way if you call for WhatsApp,
I beg my read a mean call my read he comment with
okay, we'll get
nice. Yeah, take it.
Hello?
Hey Baba.
Hello?
Yeah, you get me now?
Did you hear me?
Yeah, the hear now.
Hello?
Yes, I hear you.
So, man, read the comment from Amy Martin. Ok. Mais est-ce que ça ne va pas créer des problèmes d'ingérence dans la gestion d'équipe? Parce que lorsqu'une personne donne...
Hello, Baba.
Hello. Yes, Baba, do you hear me?
Yeah, we'll get you now.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So the small I want contribute based on way to road talk. You don't need talk this thing from the first time we may ever watch your show. When you just begin, right? I watch your show. You mentioned something way. Now that thing always keep me with you. Move forget about all this with Saga, the Oregon Saga A2 and all the other things. And but something the way I don't always look that thing above any other art. I mean, some positivity about you and which you preach. You know, I always look that thing above any other Christian you talk so one time there, right? So see, we push them for people and say, hey, the community not a very big field, right? It's like puzzle. Any man get your own small piece where they're supposed to come feed them, and then that big giant picture come out. You understand? And any person supposed to know which if he play for come out this true picture. You understand? And when I really admire them. Truly, if you watch them, even time we call the show, I talk me all man here. I never meet all you in person. We only talk about the show. So, but I get paid for my stage here when I ask people, they say, when I ever watch the show, when I know about the show, right? I ask the question, not necessarily talk to the show, you talk plenty sense, but no, maybe people they can't learn. To people they can't catch something if even impact, even you enjoy the show, right? Impact of the show, just say me the show grow, and maybe people they do they learn something out of the show. So they always ask for you know about this show, you know about this show, you know about this person, let me stand here. They ask for the you know about this thing. And I share, like you talking about me, my responsibility where you're shown as I can share and I write my door and do query for comment section. Yeah, I agree. But I believe say, you know, for now, if you been I'm a part that, but maybe in future I get some big part of it play for this show. I don't talk about back. I say maybe I get some big part of it play for future. Right. But for now, I didn't have a comment. And any to all the other thing they want to do, but Baba no change for that lane because the day we go change that lane, me I'll just unfollow you. This particular part where the preacher, where they over preach, people they come together because no matter how you beat us or time, you throw anger, you do some kind of thing, but at the end of the way you wrap up your show, you call all my way you query with you for that call, you talk with the people then, and the very thing that will be stick with me the very first time I talk with you, got me and you rant. Even my first time call will rant, and then I dropped the call, and then I want to see you call back. I'm like, you say, hey, Baba, I'll say that you will talk to you, not mean say, look, that didn't touch me. Pastor didn't do the work we do. Pastor didn't do that you do. Just a matter of fact, you just be chop chair for all my way diaspora. I mean, a lender aspect. So if you're a person a query, if you're a person a query off online, offline, if you see me back on a talk, on a heal you, on a move forward.
Yeah.
Whether you make mistake or the person make mistake, on a physically come back, on a come together and then when I move forward. Now the best thing about you I know, I need to allow you, bro. And the thing that they keep on table, they say, hey, when I go, I'll let. Suppose they go then and say go back even to their house. Oh, me say go equate with your cousin or equate with your chap or equate with some person. If you go back after meeting, tell the person say, well, the mandate may happen. Say, so now arrange up. I should really talk. You ever go back to your own? You ever tell them say go back to your house, go back to your family, go back to your own. You never tell someone come out, Indian man come out go develop meme. You ever go back to Indian, develop Indian. So I really thank you for that part. I'm a community related person. So thinking the way they talk about the take. I just say you see me the two. I just say Baba write the book. Baba that book no past 10 page. But as until way money no. If you help people, even one writer will take your audio so one day them transcriber. Transcriber may give me all the way they talk in the form of a summary and I push and back out can write book. But
Okay,
now so name my new man in Sam. At the support in Sam. Talk wisdom.
On I don't go meeting. Oh man, I'm innocent. Oh man, I'll kick you for you. You want surely take my position.
You don't see you don't give me high bloody boy. That's a caution man's a liar. That makes me. And now I'm going to start it reply. You reply, go me just say Babako queries. Wow, I say okay, give me man. I just laugh and say, see the man don't give me high blood, they laugh. So man will look at us and they say, don't wash man, right?
As you are who give me the money time, I will show you Pepe.
Okay, Baba, I leave life is a different man call.
Okay, Baba, thank you.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, Émile, je reviens vers toi parce que son commentaire, c'est est-ce que ça ne va pas créer des problèmes d'ingérence dans la gestion des équipes? Parce que lorsqu'une personne donne 100 à un club, il pense qu'il a offert 1 million au club et il pense qu'il a tous les droits. Certes, c'est une bonne idée. Mais comment cadrer cela? Bon, comme je disais, Émile, ça dépend de la structure du club et comment vous faites l'approche. Donc, comme je t'ai dit, de ce que je sais, Young Sport Academy, il a ouvert ses actions pour vente. Donc, tu peux acheter une action. Je n'ai pas envie de dire le prix sur le show parce qu'il ne m'a pas donné l'autorisation de le faire. Donc, mais il vend des actions. C'est-à-dire, et lui-même, il dit, quand tu achètes une action, tu as le droit maintenant, puisque tu as investi, c'est un investissement, tu as mis de l'argent dedans, tu as le droit maintenant de donner aussi ta part d'idée parce qu'il y a maintenant le board meeting des shareholders. Donc là, tu peux donner. Maintenant, si tu donnes dans le cadre où c'est un don que tu as fait à l'équipe, tu fais pour que l'équipe fonctionne bien en une année, c'est le don. Tu ne vas pas aller maintenant savoir ce que le don a fait ou ça n'a pas fait. Maintenant, il faut aussi que l'équipe soit assez responsable pour utiliser le don à bon escient. Maintenant, si c'est le registration, que tu veux prendre le membership d'une équipe, tu payes, on te donne ta carte de membership. S'il y a les maillots que tu as achetés, tu achètes le maillot, tu offres ou tu portes. Ce n'est que ça. Donc, ça dépend de l'approche, de comment tu as été, de comment vous avez fait l'approche entre l'équipe que vous supportez et toi. Et il y a d'autres manières. Tu peux aussi créer, toi, une petite équipe que tu fais. On forme les enfants, et puis quand les enfants sont assez, et ça va parler dans la communauté, tu fais voir ce que tu vends. Tu fais aussi voir ce que tu formes. Quand on regarde tout cela, on peut venir aussi chercher les joueurs chez toi quand peut-être l'équipe nationale a besoin des joueurs. On vient prendre chez toi pour aller jouer en compétition et ça te fait aussi quelques retombées financières. Donc, il y a plein de choses que nous pouvons faire au niveau de la diaspora. Et si tu ne veux pas justement aussi te lancer dans les ingérences de l'administration, prends 2-3 joueurs là que tu vois qu'ils peuvent faire quelque chose, offre-leur des godasses. Mon frère qui est assis à côté de moi, c'est un jour, jusqu'aujourd'hui, il regrette pourquoi il n'a pas envoyé la godasse à Boris Hénon.
Alors que l'enfant m'a appelé.
Tu comprends? Donc, il y a des petites choses comme ça là qu'on peut faire à notre niveau. Donc, Émile, si tu as une autre contribution à faire, tu peux appeler. On peut parler en français, en anglais. Et Bénédicte Famba, tu peux appeler également aussi pour parler.
Yeah, so that's the phone number for any person who wants to call. You can call and make your contribution. Based on what he was saying, he was talking about, Emile said, the one of the challenge the teams are probably going to have is because people have made contributions, they feel like they can dictate what happens. No, that's practically impossible.
Yeah.
It's practically impossible. If you heard when we had the Mimba brothers, they talked about how they wanted to have a majority of the share, because at the end of the day, they're going to have sole responsibility to make, let's say, 90% of the decision. So they did not want a situation where they are trying to manage a team and they have just maybe 49 shares, and then the rest of the people have 50 shares, 51 shares, and then they start telling them what to do. You understand? They wanted a situation where they have, even if it's 51 share, they know that with their 51 share, they can always vote on certain things and carry out their policies and whatever. So I don't think they will have that kind of mindset. And that's the reason why Fecafoot and Samuel Eto'o is insisting that we need to structure professionally. Because when we structure professionally, even before somebody comes in, they already know their limit. Exactly. If you are buying just the registration for as a supporter, you already know that that registration is only giving you access to AG meeting once a year, and that is where you can come and when you have opportunity to put out your hand and ask a question. And guess what? After there's another level of goal. I have a friend, my brother Che.
The comment of raw material.
That's what
very interesting.
Yeah. I have a friend who Che, the person who actually is selling the PWD jersey. He actually sent me the membership levels of PWD. They have whether bronze, they have gold, they premium. Have VIP, they have that. So are you expecting that you that just have some small? Nah, it's important though, but you cannot be paying 1,000 and you want to have an opinion like somebody who is giving them 10 million every day. If we look at the jersey, guess what? It is not Toride that we are seeing here. You understand? It's not Toride that we are seeing here. It's because Toride's own job is only to talk about PWD, whereas some other person is probably giving them like 5 million. So the amount of money you give is going to determine how, guess what? Even if you're not a shareholder or a partner, but then Fecafoot is giving them 43 million, you come and give them 50 million. Bro, they'll ask you that, what do you want?
Your mother Fecafoot.
They'll ask you that, what do you want? Tell us. You say, I don't want this coach, I want another coach. You call the coach and say, bro, just go. We'll call you later.
We'll talk later.
So whether we like it or not, it depends on your contribution. Your voices will be heard. What we are just saying is people really need to understand their roles. And if these teams are structured professionally, while people are coming and picking their roles, with those roles, their responsibilities attached to it. So somebody already knows that if I decide to be a team driver, these are my responsibilities. If I decide to be these are my responsibilities. And all these skills that we are having, even if it's not going to go completely, but at least we can minimize it. You want to go with that comment?
Yeah.
Really?
Government invite the team president for dinner and ask them what they need to succeed. Without them, there is no football. So show them how important they are, President approached the game from the sporting sector and marketing sector. Football sector is simple. Play consumable football, invest on good quality football, plain and simple. Marketing sector require attention, brand your team. You can do some simple things in a cost-effective way, such as providing T-shirt teams to all supporters. And to all team supporters. So, but instead of asking this, I'm just going to comment this comment. Instead of asking what you said, there was just behind, no, we need our subvention. Instead of giving this kind of policy, that if you implement this kind of policy, we're going to have a very good football league or championship. You understand? But they went there to be like, no, we want to get rid of the actual executive of the federation, and then but we want to get our money and all of that. But now, since they are smarter than you, they gave the money, but they asked the federation, to say who can benefit from the money. So you understand that. But raw material, that is good. Something you pointed out that is really good. That is really good. You say it was better than a call, but you should have been nice. You gave this point calling.
Sometimes we want to hear your voices.
Yeah,
also.
sometimes.
So I like what he was saying already, and that point makes very sense. I think what he did there was just explain Cameroon football solution at this point in time. The government, this is your responsibility. FECAFOOT, this is your responsibility. The presidents, this is your responsibility. The players and whatever, marketing, whatever, that's your responsibility. And it's as simple as that. The only reason we are having challenge right now is because people still don't understand. Like Imam Imba came here, he said to us, the only reason I went and attended that meeting is because I know that the ministry is the head of sports in the whole country. So if they send me an invitation as, hey, we hear that you're the president of YOSA. Come, we need to have a meeting with people like you. I have to go. It is also the responsibility of FECAFOOT to not get angry that they went there.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this should be let me see. Hello?
Yes, so now raw material, Matt call because the context I need to really explain them comment.
Okay, go ahead, Baba.
Yeah. So the way I've broken down it be slightly different from the way you read them.
Okay.
So each man get a role, right?
Yeah.
According to what you want to talk. So government, as specified with this said, may government just invite president them for club. Because without president, football need to happen. Because at the first man that way, if the first start put in money and he not get nothing for gain, he get everything for lose. So you get for massage man, casually give reason why we may continue. We can't put in money for the football. Make the atmosphere conducive for that president. Now, for the president and for team, president need to approach football from two different sectors. From the football aspect and then the marketing side. The football side, no secret, it's not really life with it. Play consumable football, invest in your football quality, the coaches and the players and development and all. That one will speak for itself. But now the marketing side, a lot of times people neglect that. And now for marketing money, they come out. The football says them they give the money. Now the marketing will give you your money back. And Cameroon they so for all sectors, return of investment, they virtually impossible. The high percentage of people they put the money for any sector, not just football, it'll be very difficult for return for get your money back. But some small thing they do where the team president they feel do in order for them to even try to break even. Like, for example, you could be t-shirts for all supporters they can for fee for game. Good and t-shirt with team name, team logo, but they even adult 2,000 franc t-shirt or something. Because let's say you will increase turnout for games and fan base will increase. Another thing, we need to brand your team. If you find some player, right, you now brand the hell out of that player. Hype that player. Pay media personality them. Any kind of they talk about that player and the next it will that so where it can come out for the Africa. You understand? Especially Nathan Douala, that guy, the impact where that guy gets for elite one be a lot. But people really recognize. Just that small thing where people they go for nations, they go for World Cup, but make that team there. All this, so people they start watch football just because of that guy.
Yeah.
So you get that kind of one player for your team. If the increased fan base, some players they will come for team so because of some player they end up can't tight for that team. Even if the player come out. So that fan base now to grow. It is that increase now the possibility to say make investors them and sponsors they come in. Now for them now way president will start to say, okay, it's more money way put for the team, please start come out. For players then, it's just be simple. Work hard, play football, just work and play.
Yeah.
But then to You feel the try to forget your own small fan base. That with your family. You apartment them. One of they go and man. Guess your apartment, they make the people take more video than for practice. One of they make and man, they post on social media and all that. So the try for get attention. The football needs attention. Then for fund them, I mean, for support, engage in the team activity. Buy merchandise. We don't talk about today. Buy mayo. If team decide t-shirt, buy t-shirt. See a t-shirt go well. How man the wear t-shirt? How man the wear clothes? So why not buy this thing way? That will buy Barcelona mayo. Why not buy Nike mayo? You see, no. So Unafi create WhatsApp group. So one family just create a WhatsApp group. He just ask people they talk about the team, the blast, the criticize, do all kind of things. Now so my interest will be coming in. So myself, you don't need to make noise. I got my own small thing that I want to.
Thank you, Baba.
Baba, thank you very much.
That was deep.
Yeah, wait till we talk. Almost same to around the talk for you. What I would like on not every person need to know their role, know their responsibility, and so many arguments would argue back and forth. I had an argument with a brother yesterday at the field. Now after we don't go with the argument. Okay, do you want my contribution?
Hey, my brother need to sleep.
Hello, Baba.
Hello.
You need sleep.
You need sleep, never ever.
Baby sleep. Good morning.
Good morning, Alpha.
No, good show.
You want to make small contribution?
I'm going to make a little contribution.
Yes, Papa.
Yeah, remember, so we don't always talk. For Cameroon, when you talk on lies so many times, as that lie, it continuously at the top of their head. Possibility they say that lie will become truth. So they get a continuous plan, a thief, because when Cameroon and they go, yeah, so many times, they go start taking much truth. And they ask people quickly, if we not get double standard, if we see some issue where we talk say, okay, now an ethical issue, why are you guys criminalizing it? If not be a conspiracy to always distract Cameroonians, why be so when I go see something red, when I go over exaggerate and try to call it something else? Why they need to address this the actual issues every day they see them? I just believe say some conspiracy and so many people are being used unconsciously, like those who don't media. They be used unconsciously or unknowingly for the push out or for the propagating the way it not really be exactly what it will be. Now we need to talk say Eto'o Yamisho not always be okay. No, we need to talk say either you know they will criticize, but people are not criticizing Eto'o, no. People are trying to vilify Eto'o and they defy all way for make a move think say Eto'o is a criminal. If they be just criticizing the management, we can have conversations about that. But people need to do criticism of the management at all. No, they want to link it to everything. If we blows on offside, we not correct. Na Eto'o. If we do something not correct, na Eto'o. We need to even find ways to see how they improve with their conditions. They know all man they want to put everything on Eto'o. If some team arrive to play match late, na Eto'o is football. So it should say wait, not be a football issue again. There, no. Now just finding every way to hang something on the guy. So I just think say we'll continue to get the kind of information right up to election period.
C'est exactement ça. C'est la
propagande
préélectorale.
Yeah, thank you.
C'est la propagande préélectorale. Malheureusement, on n'y peut rien. Il y a chacun a le droit maintenant de supporter son camp et de se fabriquer les armes qui lui plaît pour défendre son camp. Donc, c'est la propagande préélectorale, mon frère.
About way to way, Ndijo come over talk, how these guys, they push all these ideas, whatever thing that happens, I'll bet you say about 80 to 85% of the people that they push other things, them, they really believe, say I do. I'm telling you, I had a conversation with someone at the field yesterday. Tin and they way open up talk him. He even talk say, oh, Etofis, tin the way talk say go do him. He never do no one. And this and that. I say, okay, tell me 3 to Etofi because you go do him.
And you know do it.
Ish don't cry. Master, that man never do no nothing. I said, no, tell me 3 things them. Where because you go do him. We never. And I just saw the only problem people don't even know who wait to be person in role, wait to be person in responsibility. Now, whether way referee go cheat or Southwest Fecafoot go suspend
messed up.
person. They go say na a toe.
Oh my God.
Referee go to make call for some corner place. They will take screenshot. They say they receive an instruction from because we get a system where people don't even understand people their roles and their responsibilities.
Yeah. So I was just saying today that
You don't forget French.
No, I won't put this one in English because I said in French. Today, CCA, that arbitration court, all right, render a decision punishing federal administration over regional league of West. That means the Western won the federation on a game that they homologated already and they put the result. Now the federation wanted to attack those results and want the match to be replayed, but now the CCA gave the judgment. The judgment and gave right to the regional league of West. So you understand that every league is kind of independent when they take their own decision. And then now, if the federal administration want to jump in, they take it to the court. They won it. They did that. So today. So what I'm saying is that whatsoever is happening in the Southwest Regional League, let's get the Southwest Regional Administrator accountable. Let's get them accountable, because if they do something, or if the now if the federal administration try to jump in and they take it to court, they're gonna win the federal administration, because they have everything that the federation has. They has it in their regional league. That means the commission of homologation and discipline that Fecafoot have at the same the league regional the regional league has it. Every 10 regions.
Remember, it was just the other day, I don't know if it was with you or Undi, that we were talking about the situation of Tico United, right?
Yeah.
Where these guys were saying, oh, the homologation committee decided something else, and then the executive actually changed it. And I was saying it like a joke.
Yeah.
Maybe the homologation committee is just there to gather the facts and everything and present the case like, hey, based on the facts that we have gathered, based on the case that we have gathered, this is what we think. However, the executive is supposed to see it and say, oh, okay, no. Over here, you guys did not see it well. This is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
That is the reason why we all are saying we need to understand the rules and responsibilities. Else, we will continue to where they talk say, oh no, now Fecafoot you must decide. Whereas CCA they talk say waiting. Now regional Fecafoot
and they get right.
He get right for decide.
And now the decision go hold.
Yeah.
And the thing what happen. So anything what happen for the Southwest Regional League, made if the federal administration they come for their way, maybe they take them for court, they go win. Simple.
So it shows say regional Fecafoot probably suspend one brother for Limbe.
Yeah.
National Fecafoot surely say no. Why you do one? No, leave. They say you don't do one.
We don't do one.
Yeah.
May hold on so.
It will be so.
And now the thing that
once we understand these differences, it will save us so much energy. And it encourage Cameroonians go and learn, go and do your research about football, how football is managing the country, who has what roles, who has what responsibilities, who is supposed to be doing who and what time. All of a sudden, we are not hearing about Bell again. What happened?
You don't grow.
What happened?
You don't grow.
At some point in time, it was Bell. He was even having an opinion on the national team. We don't want the Fecafoot president to say anything, but we want the minister to come and come and say, go to the dressing room and say whatever they want to say. Does that even make any sense? Doesn't. If we feel like, okay, this is a road, now the thing is, no administrator is supposed to be inside the locker room, fine. We sign and we seal them. Me no man no pass with it. You never sign and they seal and then you turn around and say, no, me na only do one man can enter. That is you breaking the law. And once you start breaking the law, every other person will break the law and will continue to live in chaos.
Exactly. Ah, Massa, merci beaucoup pour vos contributions aujourd'hui. Merci à Nayou Sabi, l'ami de théorie de Navin et Nasako. Merci à Andy qui a appelé. Merci à Raw Material pour ta contribution. Merci Émile Martin. Merci à Bénédicte. Merci à tous qui ont contribué, tous qui ont partagé, qui ont aimé. On va continuer nos discussions. On reviendra certainement demain avec un autre sujet. Prenez soin de vous. Prenez soin de vous. Bonsoir.